to hashtag us too.
I'm Jay Elliott.
Yes, and I'm Espira of Danera, and we are on episode 12 of hashtag us too. And she is in the background being bad. Moi mal.
And we have been running around today.
Yeah.
And it's been cold. And
Dude, really cold. Not a fan. Not a flan. I decided when I have fans, like a bunch, this is so dumb, but I was like, I'm gonna call them my flans.
Okay. Wow.
Just remind everybody I'm Hispanic.
I like that. I don't know what I would
You
call
don't?
mine. No, I do like it. I think it's cute.
Don't. Dude, my fly is down.
That's okay.
I
think I unbutton my button when I eat so I can be fat.
I'm just grossly like... Okay. Gross.
So what's been on your mind?
Oh! You know. Oh. Oh my god.
We've been talking about personal growth, physical growth. I have my mustache out right now.
I have a crush on everybody.
Ooh.
Okay, no, that's not true.
It's not. Whoever's watching this, it's not you.
I think it's... Okay, so, just being honest, so I was raped in 2018, as we've discussed. I, smile about it. No. Well,
I was
after...
raped in 2022.
Yeah.
So we have histories.
So we have histories. But... So, okay, so it's, weird, because I have had relationships after that. It was always, very hard.
Yeah.
And I was, not ever looking forward to it. I was always, terrified, and so...
Because it's very vulnerable.
It just stopped. Is it going? Or am I dumb?
Shouldn't it be red?
Yeah. No, wait. Let me... Yeah. Why is it only doing 8? Ay.
It's okay. This will be interesting.
Yeah, but I can cut. I'm gonna cut. 2, 1. This should be fine. Is
Okay.
that going? Yes, it's usually red, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying,
Raped.
Oh yeah. And then I struggled with relationships and after the last one I'm kind of craving intimacy, which is exciting.
That's good.
It is good, but then I'm I love you. And I'm not flirting. I don't know. It's not even I'm doing this sketch show and I'm none of them better listen. Your stomach is shut the fuck up. You dumb bitch. Yeah, I'm just Also, it's annoying because I really do feel anytime I'm I'm done with boys, it's and I feel I'm such a dramatic bitch because I used to be scared of being unlovable. And then I was telling my therapist, I was it's so ridiculous. It feels not even every 3 months there's new boys in the works. And he was laughing. He was yeah, that's about right.
Eligible young men.
Guys that are ask me out. I'm okay.
They're appearing out of the woodwork.
Yeah, so I'll be fine. I just need to pick someone.
Today someone made a joke about me being trans. And then this person was mortified. I don't know how I reacted. I thought it was fine, but then they came to me later. They were apologizing, and I was it's fine. And then they came to me again later, and they were I just wanted to know. They were way too close to my face. They were I'm so sorry.
Wait, today?
Mm-hmm.
At the mic?
at the show. This was like, I didn't mean anything by the joke, and I was like, it's fine. I thought it was funny.
Oh.
And then they were like, okay, don't cancel me. Like, they're so scared.
That's power.
And I honestly liked it.
Yeah, good for you. Fuck them.
I'll forgive you if you bow down. And
You pay me $30.
Yeah.
$30.
Just exploit people.
Yeah. How are you, Jay?
I'm good. I've just been... this weekend I took off. I just kind of stayed in my room with the lights off and did nothing. And it felt great. And I think I'm going to take... I've been applying for other, second jobs. I'm just going to start working. Because I want to, advance in my transition. Maybe get a butt lift. I'm kidding.
Don't do that.
I'm fine with my butt. It could be a little bigger, but that's not the point.
You can exercise with me. I'm getting a big
Do
butt.
squats. Yeah, we'll be...
My butt's gonna be...
Big booty Judies. And I just, have been thinking about what's next for my transition and how I'm going to be able to accomplish that. And so it's exciting, but it's going to take a long time. The most recent thing I did was actually not related to my transition. I got my eyes zapped. I got LASIK. And,
Damn, you know what? On that episode, I think we didn't have film.
Oh.
Because I remember that was an episode, but I wish we did
When I was
because your eyes were, yeah.
I was, blind.
Glasses.
I was, just...
You seemed, drugged out.
I was blind and drugged out. But I'm better now, and I'm going in for a follow-up soon. And it's just... I might have to get a little touch-up, depending how my eyes test out. But all in all, from how bad my eyes were, they're doing great. And
great. I'm
being able to see without glasses, and it's so cool, because I've had glasses since I was 5 years old.
I've never had glasses.
That's great.
But at this point, sometimes I'm like, am I faking it till I make it? Because
I don't know.
sometimes I'm like...
You have to try to see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that's just normal.
Then it should, at least it's not to the point where you can't fake it anymore.
Yeah, I'm just walking into walls.
I couldn't see without my glasses. It was just
I'm the last Rivadeneira that doesn't have glasses, and I feel like they're all my dad's always like, you probably need them. You need them. I'm like, you're just jealous.
They're doom and gloom.
Yeah, I feel dumb because I've been overwhelmed. I'm like, all these boys like me, and it's
such a
problem. I know, I was complaining.
Men. Oh no.
The other day I told our friend, I was like, my life is over. I said something so dramatic. I was like, my life is over again. And then I was like, why are you saying this? To myself. And I was like, because you're conflicted about what man to choose. I was like, dude, you're so dumb.
It's like a Shakespearean novel.
I think for you and me, we're so used to horrible things happening.
Mm-hmm.
So actually I was talking to Hamza about this, but I was last week when I felt really bad, I even mentioned it in the pod, I talked to Hamza and I was like, I feel like my body gets into this panic mode, which would probably be good if there was an emergency situation happening. Where it's a lot of adrenaline and I'm ready to take action.
Yeah.
And then it's I get, because I would tell you I would get shaky and stuff. And I'm like, what is that? And he was like, you're probably, because you're safer now, it's still over compensating. Yeah. I was like, it needs to
chillax. Yeah, readjusting. I feel like, I don't know. Crushes on boys. Ugh. We've had this. The thing about men, and we've sworn off men for a hot 4 weeks.
And it's so funny because we're like, no, and then they're really pushing it sometimes. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna do anything. And then, because you reminded me, you were like, a few more weeks, and I'm like, right.
Yeah.
Not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like when you swear something off, that's when...
Yeah.
When you swear men off, that's when they come out to,
It's
like,
always
test
like
you.
that, yeah. You're like, what the hell? Like, where were you?
Where were you when I was free?
Yeah.
Now I've made a commitment to not have men in there showing up. I mean, not for you, and that's great. For me, I don't know. And that's okay, too. Like, I'm in the middle of transitioning. I don't think it's necessarily, like... It feels weird to be flirting with someone when I'm not even, like, done. I'm like, I'm like half man, half woman at this point. It's like I'm growing out my mustache. Like there's a lot going on. I'm growing it out because I'm gonna get it zapped in a few days, and you have to grow it out.
Is that ever? Wait, when is that done? I feel like we've talked about this. Is it ever gonna be done forever?
Yeah, like my mustache used to be so much thicker, but it will never come back once it's gone because I'm doing electrolysis, which like goes in and makes a permanent no more hair, but like laser and like waxing and stuff that you have to do it continuously because the hair comes back. But electrolysis is permanent.
So when is it gonna be done forever?
It's really thin now. I think maybe in like 2 or 3 more appointments.
Okay.
And it's been a while, but not that long. I know people who would not even come close to, because they have full beards and that's just impossibly, like, too much hair. Thank God I didn't have a lot to start with.
I want to do it for my legs and my armpit and my everything.
I feel lucky too, because the body hair is kind of gone in a lot of places, like the not the hormones, the testosterone blockers. They really just shut down the hair everywhere else except for your face. You have to get that zapped off. But my legs don't really grow hair. My armpits don't really grow hair.
Dude, I'm like a hairy man. It's so gross. I
used to be so hairy, and then it kind of went away, which I hope it stays away. Well, you're a natural. You're a natural lady.
My knees are itchy. Do they know about? No, they don't. So I was being emotional last week, as you guys may know, and I was getting off the train at my stop, and then I was like half crying, and it's so pathetic. I like ran up the escalator, and I hit the metal, the pointiest part, like my knees.
She tripped.
I tripped, and then because I'm terrified of everyone and just like have a tough facade, so many people were like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fucking fine. Like, just being a jerk. Yeah, I was like, yeah, don't touch. And I get up, and I'm like, everyone's being ridiculous. And then I like look down, there's just blood all over, just dripping down my pants, and there's a hole in it, and I was like, yeah, maybe it's bad. And then I like go home, and then I text my friends, and they're like, oh my God.
We're very helpful.
Very sweet. They come, they help me out, because I was like, is this bad?
It looks good. I just looked at it today. It looks like it's healing up nicely.
It's itchy.
That means that's a good sign.
Itchy, yeah, she's just throwing herself around dramatically. She's like, I want attention.
She's so cute.
She's so freaking cute. One day I'll have to bring her up onto the table. And just show her off to everybody. She's so cute.
Her hot bod.
Her hot bod. User. With some views. What if we did the pod with her up here? I give her treats.
Would she be okay?
She's like, bitch, don't.
She looks comfortable.
I know. Maybe I'll do an episode where I like do her nails. We're talking about doing nails. Because she needs to be on the surface.
Oh, I thought you meant painting them.
No, clipping. No. I'm not gonna bother Gia. I don't know. Okay, so first of all, my parents are like tough. Mm-hmm. So did I tell you my brother broke his arm? They're like, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and they're like, oh, okay. So I texted to my mom. She's like, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend was like, you need a tetanus shot and you need to like get stitches. I was like, no. And then I go to the doctor. They're like, why didn't you get stitches? Like, it's too late now. It could get infected. And I was like, oh, this was like a big deal. And my mom, I tell her that, and she's like, still didn't need stitches. And I was like, a doctor's like telling me. She's just like so like.
It was patched up really nice.
That's because they can't do stitches, so they use the strips.
Oh, the doctor did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was. Those strips have been on since I went to the doctor, and she was like, they will fall off on their own eventually.
Okay.
But I'm so itchy, I just want to dig in, which I know I'm not supposed to. I feel like I'm a dog. I need a cone for my hands. Because I just want to, like... I'll leave it alone.
I usually press with my nail, just like...
This one I scratched open by accident the other night, and I was like, because it was so itchy.
Also, if you're asleep, and when I'm half asleep,
I'm
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no inhibitions. It's like being worse than being drunk. It's like kind of like being blackout, I guess. Like, there's no sense of like, even being conscious. I'm just like doing shit. Like and it's insidious. Like I'll wake up if I'm tired enough to an alarm that I've set, turn it off. And then turn off all my other alarms, and then go back to sleep. And I'm like late to work. It's so scary.
Your body's like, fuck this.
My
No, that's a
like,
good
no.
thing. Your body's like, nah. Dude, I was telling Jay before I quit my job, since Jay hopefully has a better job opportunity coming up with music or acting or whatever you want to do. But I just remember before I quit my job, I was late so much. And you can get in big trouble as a teacher, like being late like that, or any job. And my principal was just like, I feel like she's going through something, because I was. But they kind of just let it slide. I remember my kids were like, you're late again? I was like, shut up. Leave me. It's crazy. I used to teach kids.
I used to teach them too. Teaching is pretty fun. No, it's not. Oh my god, it was hell. It was, and probably will forever be, the hardest job I've ever had, was being a preschool teacher.
Me too.
Granted, I had like 20 children to myself, which is psychotic. Yeah. It's almost illegal. But they was understaffed.
That is actually almost illegal. They're supposed to have like a ratio of kids per teacher.
Yeah. And they would break the law at my preschool because they just didn't have enough staff that they would just... I've had like a max, I think 25 or 23 children all to myself, which is like not legal. But usually it was like 15-ish. And they taught me a lot about honesty.
They're very honest. And being creative and imaginative. Because they have like no
and
inhibitions.
Love.
Very loving. They're so loving.
Kids are, as a rule, if you love them, they can sense it and they love you right back. They don't have like a fear.
No, because they haven't been through.
They're not damaged. They're just unafraid. They just love you right back. It's really cute, and it's honestly like probably how we should be.
It is, but you have to kind of protect yourself.
Yeah.
That's why it was sweet before Jay was like, I feel like we're like kids. Like our friendship. As I just scratch my stomach. I feel like I'm getting way too comfortable on this podcast. I'm just like, yeah.
Just take our clothes off.
Yeah, like it's hot in here. No, well, because me and Jay do dumb stuff. We just made cookie dough when he blew up a marshmallow.
That was cool. The marshmallow got so big.
It was a huge, oh my god. Okay. My phone's going off.
Your phone's blowing up. Let me...
Just, thank you.
Because we're recording. We're live.
We are live.
From New York City. I learned from the kids, they would be so honest that I would be scared. Because as an adult or you're growing up, you can't be honest, you have to be polite, you have to like censor what you say. But young kids don't censor anything, they just say it. And it was so scary the first few times that they would just say something really offensive, and then you find out that it's not that big a deal. People just move on. They can get mad, but then they move on. And then you're like, oh. It's not like the world's gonna blow up if someone's rude or whatever, like...
No.
I don't have to be so bottled up. We can just be honest.
They're pretty awesome. It's interesting though. It's like you do need boundaries. Like me and Jay were talking about that today.
Boundaries
where sometimes I feel like I let in people a little too fast nowadays.
And especially with boys,
Hey.
men tend to, I think, push boundaries more than ladies.
Yeah, so sometimes I think because I've been learning how to be nicer and kinder, I'm like, okay, I'll let people in, but then I have to like.
You
I
have
had
to
a
be
week
one.
where I was like, remember that weekend I was at the Midtown Pair? I was hosting, I think it was like a Thursday or Friday, and I called you. I was like, everybody's like, wanted things from me that day. It felt like every guy, because women aren't really like this, but it was like, was sort of emotionally dumping, and I was like, nope, sorry, don't have time. Like, even that phone call, I was like, this is gonna be an emotional dump, and it's like, I feel like guys do that a lot, and I'm like, I'm not your therapist.
Guys do love to emotional dump. And they also, when it comes to like sex and relationships, like I've been with men where we will establish that it's just physical, but then during it, and they haven't taken me out on a date. They have never like been romantic at all. They don't know me. And then they'll start saying weird things like suggesting they have a crush on me. I'm like, you literally don't know. Like, that's crazy. They some of even more than one have said something like they love me. I'm like, are you insane? This is like the second time we've ever hung out. But it's like part of the fun for them is to like act like we have more of a relationship than we do, and then it just confuses me. And I'm like, these men, they like to cross wires and like push boundaries and stuff that shouldn't be. And you have to be like, no, because they're gonna be like irresponsible in that way.
They're so irresponsible.
And it's unhealthy. Like, it just makes for confusion, it makes for like hurt feelings and stuff, because you're acting like we have more of a relationship than we do. And then if I expect more from the relationship, then I'm gonna be let down.
Oh, 100%. But they're also like so dumb. I'm trying to.
We try not to be sexist on this podcast.
Are we failing?
But I mean, this is just based on our personal experiences.
I feel like I look like the camera's gonna cut to me just like. They're stupid. Not all of them. I just feel like okay, so for example, it's like a relationship ends and then they like want something. It's hard, like, and this makes me sad. I don't want to say this because I don't know if that's true, but me and Jay were talking before about like, if you're friends with a guy, straight girl, straight guy, it's like, you really need boundaries.
Yeah.
Because
it's the only way.
If you're both like semi-attractive and like good people, it's like
naturally
you're just gonna fall in love.
So that's where boundaries come in. If you're,
But that's what I feel like a lot of them, unless they're like a real friend, they like push that.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, no, I'm your friend.
They're inconsiderate in that way.
They're very inconsiderate. Or it's like so many breakups I've had, then after they're like, I want to be friends. And it's like, you have friends.
That's selfish.
Yeah. And it's like, do you really want to be my friend? Because I feel like if we start doing this again, yeah. But then you like start doing that again, it gets confusing all over again. Like, they're so annoying.
Yeah, I'm like, this is obviously more to me than just a friendship. You don't want, like, what do you want here? You're basically like cherry picking what you want out of me, and that's not fair.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. You gotta take the whole thing.
And you gotta have healthy boundaries. Because it's just like gardening. Like, if you have like different crops, you like make sure that they're like separated accordingly, and then they can grow. I just made that up. Maybe that's dumb. But, like, you have to, like, set certain boundaries to just function better. I had to learn that, too. I feel like as
I'm learning.
Transitioning has been helpful because back when my brain was, like, juiced up on testosterone, on just roid rage, I could not think straight. That's the nice part of, like, being a lady, I guess. You can kind of, like, it felt like zooming out. Like, I couldn't see past my feelings as a dude, and now I can kind of, like, it's more of a bigger picture.
I'm listening, I'm just watching Gia closely because she likes to get into trouble. We have everything set up and she's like, I gotta see what's going on.
She's got a little bit of
an attitude?
I was gonna say a bald patch.
Yeah, okay, so the bald patch is my fault. She like runs away as I talk about the story. Gia, I think I mentioned this on the podcast, she like went to stasis.
Yeah.
And that was, I don't know
Scary.
if I did talk about this or not, but stasis is when there's a block in their stomach and they can die like fast. They need to keep it moving. And it was my fault because I didn't brush her enough. And so then ever since then I've been like overly brushing Gia, and then now she's a bald spot. And she was mad. She was like,
Gia, don't be insecure. You're still beautiful.
She is. She's angry. She's like throwing a fit. She's like, fuck you, Mom.
Damn.
Poor Gia. That cookie dough like did me in.
I know, I'm like tired.
It's like a drug. Speaking of drugs, I started this microdosing journey. So one of my friends, I don't know if they want me to say, but their parents are psychoanalysts, and they
Which is what
prescribe.
exactly?
I think it's like a psychiatrist, but I don't know. They both just prescribe
They can
drugs.
prescribe.
So these people prescribe mushrooms and these little capsules and stuff, but this person was telling me that because I was like, I've had, one of the last times I took it with you, I kind of had a bad trip, and by the end I was a little like shook.
Yeah.
But it was pretty briefly after my breakup,
Yeah.
so it was like really kind of freaked me out.
Things come up when you have mushrooms.
Just destroying her home.
Oh my gosh. Like, if anything's like hurting or you're pushing something down, it's coming out. So
But
sometimes it can be good, like cathartic, but it doesn't feel good.
No, it didn't feel good at all. That day was not great. Even when I came down, and the next day I was sort of shaky. That was like right before my breakdown. But then I talked to this person, and they were saying that if you take a microdose amount, kind of on and off, they're still like doing that work, but it's not going to be as extreme. It's like more like what you're ready for.
It's not
It's
as
going to be
scary.
less, yeah. And you're not going to, if you take a little amount, you won't even be able to kind of have that anxiety. It's not amped up the same way. So I took my first microdose amount Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then Friday, Saturday. Thursday, day 1. Days 2 and 3 is the break day, and then the 4th day you take again. So today. Thursday was tough. I took it, I felt like my focus, I kind of felt them hit, like I was like, okay, I'm focused. And then I was like crying.
Wow.
Crying. That was the day Carla came over.
Okay.
And I was like, and then she kind of like got me out of it fast. Because it was sort of that, sometimes I have this like intense, unlovable feeling that kind of flared up again. It was like the second wave.
And if you're like alone,
it just makes it worse.
You can spiral.
So I was spiraling, but I was trying to battle it, but it felt like overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I got really dark, and so then she came over. She was like, why are you unlovable? And I was like, because I like couldn't answer the question. I was like, is that all it took? And it kind of like shook me out. And I was like, dude, you couldn't have asked yourself that? But it's like your brain tricks you.
Yeah. You can't be outside of your own brain.
So I was like, yeah, I'm not unlovable. But I feel like I know that more now, especially with all the work I've been doing. And so I kind of got out of it quick. And then...
Today?
I think the past couple of days were good. And then today I took it and it was like great. I felt like really calm and like inspired, and then I was remembering older bits when I was happier, and I was like, oh yeah, I can get back to that. Like, I was like, okay. So today was pretty good, and then I felt pretty sedated. It makes it sound like I was like, No, I just felt calmer. I can still kind of feel like I feel like I took mushrooms today.
Okay.
I don't know how much I'm going to do this because it feels like a lot. I don't know if I'm small. Today I took a little more than last time, and I feel it today, and it kind of like wears me out. I get tired.
It kind of reminds me of, because I've been taking Adderall for ADHD, and it helps, but sometimes I get tired, so I take a little bit more, and one day this past week, I think it was Thursday as well, when you weren't feeling good, I also took 20 milligrams. Usually I take 15, and I thought 20 would make me like extra peppy and extra focused, but it really just made me spin out and made me super anxious, and I was really messed up. It was hard.
That's bad.
So 15 and under for me is good. I can't really go more than that. But it's like caffeine. Caffeine can give you a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, that's I kind of drink my coffee with it, but I've been cutting back my caffeine.
Yeah, I don't like caffeine.
I love it. I'm like still such an addict. I've been drinking coffee forever.
Ever since I was little and I saw my dad, who was a cop, addicted to just like a pot of coffee a day or more. And then if he didn't have it, he was like wasted. Just like lay down, splitting headache.
Yeah.
He needed his coffee, and I saw that, and I was like, what's the point? That's not what I want.
That's why I have like one cup. And I kind of cut I would have like a huge heaping tablespoon, or like two. I was like, and I was like, okay, try to get to like half.
I used to take caffeine pills, because I would go work a full day at work, and then go do stand-up for like 8 hours at night, and I have like 2 full-time jobs, it felt like. And I would take the caffeine pill just as I left my day job and was tired from that, to just get the second half of my day going. But it gave me so much anxiety. I was like, why does it feel like everyone hates me? Why do I like just hate I like want to die? And I'm like, oh, it's the caffeine. I think a lot of people have anxiety nowadays, and they don't realize that it's because of that.
People drink a lot of coffee. Yeah. I used to drink a lot, and
it might be that.
That's what I was like, what if I cut it? I just feel like I can't
function.
Yeah, I'm like so foggy, and if I don't have, I'm like mean. I'm like pretty on edge if I don't have it.
That's why with the Adderall, because I know it's an addictive substance. It's like caffeine, and meth, I guess. I try to take breaks, so I'll do it during the week when I need it to work, and then during the weekend, I won't take it, and I'll like, because it'll let me sleep longer if I don't take it. I'll rest, and I think that's good. Detox. Yeah.
I should do a detox. I don't know if I could. I'd have to be like doing nothing that day. Because I sort of feel like dumb if I don't drink coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Without the Adderall, I feel stupid.
Look, she's like pink under the fur.
I thought it was gray.
No, it's pink. I looked. Isn't that weird? She's pink.
She's a little pink lady.
She's listening to me. This bunny's being so curious. Should I show them?
Yeah.
Should I show them Gia? Gia. Wonder if she gets mad at me. What are you doing?
Should we be scared?
She's not. Come here. Come here.
She's so cute.
What are you doing? Are you being bad?
Yeah.
See, on the surface, they don't want to run. So they come. I don't even know if they can see her. They can probably see her. Gia, say hi. Gia's made for the camera.
She's nervous.
Are you nervous?
She's so cute. I love her nose.
Gia's. Well, if her nose goes fast, that means she's nervous.
It's going.
You're chill. Gia's my. I wish I could make her a like a bunny to take on planes.
A service bunny?
Yeah. See, look, she's pink.
She would need a little vest.
She has a vest.
She does?
She has a vest, but I don't know how to put it on. It's a little green vest. See, look at the bald spot. You can really see it. I feel bad. It's my fault.
She's naked.
How does it feel to be naked? Now she's getting excited. Yeah, do you like being up here? No? They struggle on, like, if there's no carpet, because bunnies do not have pads on their feet. It's just fur.
For gripping?
Yeah, so they can't really grip. Because, I mean, outside they don't need it. It's just grass. And
They hop around and
you hop around.
walk in the dirt.
What do you think about out here? She's so good, though. I had to give her a syringe of critical care. If you ever own a bunny, you should always have critical care in case they go into stasis. You mix it up with water, and then I had to syringe her. She was so good.
I love her little cheeks.
There's a bunny on Instagram that they keep him, like, on the countertop. He works. I think I sent him to you.
He works. Oh, yeah.
He, like, takes the receipts with his mouth.
And he hands them to the customer.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Was impressive. She's chill now. I think sometimes she just likes the attention.
I like Gia. Gia's the first bunny that I've ever, like, gotten to know. Because I've known, like, cats and dogs. Even hermit crabs.
You were friends with them?
They were mine.
Are they friendly?
We played with them and they would run around.
How
They
you
liked
doing, Gia?
crawling around.
Make sure they can see the bunny.
But one of our hermit crabs, like, dug a hole and never came out. He, like, committed suicide.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh, you told me about him. Are they friendly or no?
They're pretty cute. One of them was very friendly. Her name was Sarah. She was the biggest one. And she loved, like, coming out and saying hi.
They let you hold them?
Mm-hmm. But you have to be careful because sometimes they get scared and then they pinch.
Are you scared?
It hurts a lot.
I can't tell if she's scared. Gia's gonna be famous. Listen to all of
The camera
all of
loves
her,
you.
What, we have like 100 listeners?
She's so cute.
I'm sorry about your bald spot. I wonder if her, like, oops, there's a poke you in the eye. So her skin is like pink here. I'm like, what is your skin like up here? Do you think she's just pink all over?
Probably.
Why is her fur,
Like
why does
the
she have a
Sphinx cat.
mask?
That's her pattern.
Yeah, but why isn't her skin a different color?
Underneath the dark fur?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a man. You know how men sometimes they have like
Okay.
brown hair
Yeah.
and a red beard, but their skin
Oh.
is the same.
Do you want to get down? Come here. I got you, little lady. Come on, Mama. Oh. You gotta carry their bottom.
Although with dogs, sometimes if they have spots, their skin has spots too.
Yes, I feel like I have seen that. Also, if you carry a bunny, they're bottom heavy. And you're like, her butt is so
They
heavy.
have a big booty.
Yeah, so you gotta make sure you get the butt and the feet, and then when they put them on the floor, bottom feet first.
Because they like
Always.
to feel secure
Yeah.
in their lower half. Which makes sense because a lot of their like movement comes from that part of their body.
She kicked back at me, did you see that?
Yeah.
She's mad at me. So the kickback is, if there was dirt here, she would be kicking dirt at me.
Oh
It's very sassy. They're very sassy.
my goodness.
They also don't like being held like cats or dogs. Not that they necessarily do, but more for bunnies. they don't really. She lets me now sometimes because we have a lot of trust. But
you've established goodwill.
Goodwill. They're prey animals, so they need to feel like they can escape if something happens.
Yeah, my dogs don't really like getting held either. Some of them are comfortable. Like, we have a dog, Sophie, who's like the alpha bitch in our house. She's like super mean. I have this picture of her, she looks like a demon.
Oh, you showed me.
I love this picture because she looks so cute with her little paws.
You should send it to me. I can like post it.
Okay.
At the same time.
I'll send it. But she looks so evil. I love it. And you can hold her and she's fine. But my other dogs get nervous if you hold them and they try to wiggle and then they fall and hurt themselves. I'm like, that wasn't smart, but okay.
One time I dropped my hamster.
What happened?
He bit me.
Oh, when you dropped, before you dropped, that's not why.
I think it was my fault. I like mishandled him.
Oh. Because they flip out and then you drop them.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude.
Like, no. But it was my fault. My mom was like, what did you do to him? But he was fine. He lived like another year.
Lavaca?
Snickers.
Snickers?
Lavaca I had was...
older.
My pet, yeah. Before I left Austin. He died like 2 days before I left.
Oh, wow. You know.
Like, no.
I haven't had...
I had to put him down. And I was crying like a crazy person. The doctor was like...
You had to put him down? Oh, no.
He was totally fine. And then he got like... It looked like he wasn't grooming himself anymore. Mm-hmm. He was like losing weight fast.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I was like, I just can't watch him be in pain anymore, because my mom was like, you probably could have waited for him to die. And I was like, no. So I brought him, and they said a lot of hamsters have, what was it? I think he got some kind of tumor, but it was like kind of common for them when they get older. So they just put him down.
Poor thing.
I know.
When I went to college, I flushed all my fish.
Jay.
It's kind of crazy.
Jay!
Because I couldn't take care of them. Not all of them. One fish I gave to my sister, and I was like, can you take care of this? And she said, yeah. It was an albino. And she named it Ghost. But then the other ones, I was like, rest in peace.
Right.
I used to have all these beta fish. I wanted to be a beta fish breeder.
You mentioned that to me.
That's so random. But I've studied the genes that contributes to like color and like scale, texture, like if they were shiny, fin shape. And I wanted to like select for different shapes, and I thought it was cool. I wanted to select for male beta fish who were docile, so you could have more than one in a tank, because they're so beautiful. If you could have, it would look, a tank of male beta fish, all different colors, would look like a bouquet of flowers, almost, because they're so pretty. But it became a comet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to be a spy, too.
I did want to be a spy. I learned, like, all 300 countries or whatever, and then I was trying to learn a language, but then I became
I'm good at learning. I was learning a lot of languages. I consider being a spy too. Me and Jay are very similar.
Yeah,
it's like crazy. Weird.
Yeah,
it was crazy. We found each other. Would you like to wrap it up?
Sure.
Show you some editing skills after.
All right. SB, where can they find you?
I'm still shadow banned. I feel like I'm gonna be shadow banned again because I just posted my roast. I had to like...
Oh, yeah.
Jake was like, I wonder why you're shadow banned. He like replied to it. I was like, okay. It's at SBRivadeneira, ESPIRIVADENEIRA.
And I'm Jay Elliott at _JAYELLIOT on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. And we will see you next week.
Bye. We love you. Sorry we're sleepy this time.